Okay, now this is interesting. Here is a atheist YouTuber who I've had friendly interactions with, named Godless Engineer. And this is what Godless Engineer says. I see the minimal facts argument as just getting to a belief arose, but doesn't connect it to actual history. Thoughts on this view?
Yeah, let me take a stab. When you say 100 and something arguments and considerations defend facts, those are historical considerations. To say this isn't even a historical argument sounds to me like I don't like the argument approach. You may not like what the people report, but they did report it. It's in the data, and it's in data from unbelievers. It does correspond to real history. And my second thought is, yeah, a belief arose. Yeah, we're okay. We say the disciples had experiences that they believe were appearances of the risen Jesus. That's true. But try to come up with a naturalistic theory and see what happens. In fact, I just told Mike today, most of the major naturalistic theories, the biggies, are being abandoned by the major scholars. What I mean by that is they'll say little things, but almost very few of them will choose just one and run with it. And as one said to me in a debate, no, I'm not going to pick one. Why not? Because you're going to get me in a corner and I'm not going to be very comfortable. So if they think that's the lot of naturalistic theories, then I guess beliefs arising are the best. They're the best response because they're not disproven. So
I'd only add, I think that there can be different types of minimal facts approaches. Minimal facts, we can get to those. Now, what do you do with those minimal facts? Gary may
And that's worldview. That's worldview. People will reject whatever they want, and Christians have to think, hey, you're on your own. You account for what your beliefs are. If that's the question is, these are beliefs arose. This is your belief that's arose. How come you never have any beliefs? Only we have beliefs, right? Beliefs are on the other. And by the way, for a godless engineer, I say this teasingly, we've got good atheist friends too. Try to produce an argument for atheism, which, if it's true, would require atheism to be true. When you say that in a debate, many debaters that Mike and I know, they won't take you up on it. I'm not arguing if it's true. I'm just saying I don't believe what you believe. Now, I want to know your view is true. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to say I don't like your view. Well, fess up, come up with your own argument. If you don't like this one, give one on the other side.
How I'd respond to Godless Engineer, I'm saying the minimal facts approach, it depends what you do with the facts afterward.
Yep.
And what I do with the facts is I take a historical approach. So I say, let's compose or formulate various hypotheses that attempt to account for these minimal facts or historical bedrock. And then let's weigh those various hypotheses to see which one explains the facts the best. So I use certain criteria like explanatory scope, explanatory power, less ad hoc, and plausibility. So I'm using arguments of inference to the best explanation. And what a historian is going to do is say, well, the argument that best account the hypothesis that best accounts for the minimal facts, the historical bedrock, should be regarded as what probably occurred. And so when you go through that exercise, the resurrection hypothesis does come out on top every time. And so that's how I connect the minimal facts, the historical bedrock, to actual history. I use historical method.
By the way, Braxton, people don't know Mike's big book, which is the best one out there on historical argument for sure. He doesn't just say this. All the other views come out short. He measures up, 6 or 7? You have one in the appendix too. 6 and plus an appendix where you think the guy's pretty good. He's got at least a half dozen, and he puts the facts up there and checks the boxes on where the guys come out. So he has done a put up or shut up kind of argument where here's the data. How does your view explain it? And he goes with a lot of actual critical views and rejects them for not explaining the data. The data are historical.
The data are historical.
The data are historical.